Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I thought we could go over a few books that I got recently, sort of mini book haul, if you will, and discuss the TBR for the rest of November and also the TBR for December. And yeah, I'm excited. Let's get into it. The first book I wanted to show you guys is I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me by Jameson Shea, or Shea? I think Shea. I saw this book and I thought it was October when I bought it, and I thought, you know, this screams spooky season, but fortunately I didn't get to it because in October I wasn't that much of in a reading mood. I'll read the synopsis to you guys. Soon I'd be a name no one would forget, a raging fire they couldn't escape. In the cutthroat world of ballet, Laure will always be an outsider, no matter how brilliant she is. Tired of being overlooked, she ventures deep into the catacombs beneath Paris, where she finds a pulsing blood river that offers to change her fortunes forever. But when she enters into the deadly pact, how can she distinguish her desire from the primordial presence running through her veins? Soon Laure is faced with the ultimate choice: break herself for a world that will never love her back, or succumb to the darkness that wants her as she is, monstrous heart and all. There will be blood. Yeah, this definitely feels like a more spooky read. So I don't know, I'm not currently in the mood for that right now. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna read this anytime soon or might just save it for, you know, spooky season next year. We'll have to wait and see. Next is also a new book that I got. It's called Time Will Tell by Courtney Peppernell. I mean, look at this cover. Isn't she beautiful? Let's take a moment to appreciate. I mean, the gold detailing, it kind of reflects in the light. I mean, it's just such a gorgeous book. You know, it's a kind of, how do I say this? Collection of poetry, more, you know, a poetry book. But it does have a sort of story behind it. So this is a story of how you emerge from the darkness brighter and bolder than before. One day a soul fell from the stars. The soul had been lost many moons ago, a fragile thing, forgotten and no longer seen. Out from the shadows a guide appeared and cocooned the soul, promising that, while courage seemed impossible to reach, there was so much more that life could teach. This soul was you, and this is your tale of reflection and repair, of change and rebirth. But perhaps most importantly, this is the tale of how you survived and became stronger than the moment you fell. And as it happens, like all things in life, time will tell. This really spoke to me because there's been a moment in time where I've been at my lowest. I've had very difficult times where I thought I could never, you know, get out of this, but in fact, I came out of it stronger than I was before. So I'm very excited to read this. You know, it looks kind of like this on the inside, you know, like a poetry book. But it also has, you know, a little bit of longer text, you know, like a little story to begin with. So yeah, I'm probably gonna read this one next after I finish the book that I'm currently reading, which is a novel in the Helen Gray series by M.J. Arledge. The title in Dutch is Schuitjevaren. I'm not quite sure what the title is in English because it's not a translation. It's usually something entirely different, but I will insert a picture somewhere on the screen. Yeah, but this will be next on the list for November. Next up is The Wicked King. I mean, I guess y'all know this already. I'm so far behind with a reading series. That's by Holly Black. It's the second book in the Folk of the Air series. I've already read The Cruel Prince. I loved it. Some say that this one is better than The Cruel Prince. I think I give The Cruel Prince like 3 stars, maybe. But yeah, I'm a big fantasy reader. I love fantasy, so I'm really excited to read this one also in November. And of course, following, I also look forward to finishing the Folk of the Air series this year. So I will end it with the last book of the series, which is called The Queen of Nothing. Many people loved this series, and I like it also, but I think I expected a little bit more from it. You know, maybe that will come, you know, reading the second and the third book. So I guess we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to see how the relationship between Jude and Carden develops, you know, if they really have an enemies to lovers thing going, which is a trope I kind of love. Next is a book that I recently got, and it's called I Loved You in Another Life by David Arnold. Also, this cover is so pretty. It's like little snowflakes, if you can see in the reflection. And this just screamed like winter romance to me for some reason. I mean, the cover is an obvious reason, but just, you know, the feeling that I got from looking at this, I saw myself reading it under a blanket, you know, in wintertime, Christmas nearing. So yeah, that being said, it's a love story about Evan and Josh, and they can't shake the feeling that once they've shared something. Time, understanding, a place in the world. But they've only just met, so how can that be? Drawn together by a song no one else can hear, Evan and Josh will begin to unravel an extraordinary mystery, one that transcends time and space and the unfathomable physics of love. So this is a story about two people that have actually never met before, but get the feeling that they have met each other, that they do know each other. So I think that's a really interesting storyline. Yeah, and I'm excited to read it in December, probably, which is also the month that I guess that I'll be reading The Queen of Nothing, since I usually don't read as many books as I already have now, and we're only still in the beginning of November. So we'll see. I don't want to pressure myself too much by saying I'm going to read 5 books this month. Plus, I'm also a big mood reader, so there could be some switches to which books I'm going to read first. Next up is The Haunting Season, Ghostly Tales for Long Winter Nights. So this is a collection of several short stories, and yeah, I actually was planning on reading this during October, you know, spooky season, since it's called the haunting season. But Ghostly Tales for long winter nights, so I can also read it in the winter, I guess. And also, again, look at the cover. I think there's a theme with all these gold detailing, but I'm a sucker for gold, by the way. I think you've already noticed that. I mostly wear gold jewelry, so that tracks. And yeah, I'm excited to read this. Let me know in the comments down below if you're interested maybe in me reading one of these short stories in an ASMR version. I think that would be a fun video. So yeah. And last but not least, definitely not least, I thought about before the end of the year picking up this again, Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is the first one in the Chestnut Spring series. Most of the booktubers that I follow have finished this series already. I started it during the month of September, I believe, and I got to page 65 before DNFing it for the time being. Not that I didn't enjoy the writing or the book, but my cat had recently died and I wasn't just in the mood for a cutesy romance. I couldn't bring myself to be invested in the story, so I want to finish this, or at least pick it up again before the end of the year, and, you know, re-immerse myself in the Chestnut Spring series to hopefully continue and finish the series in 2024. That was the last book for the time being, you guys. Yeah, I'm really excited to read all of those books during the time we have left of this year. It's already November, and yeah, I'm so grateful for all of you guys watching my videos, liking my videos, interacting with it. Looking forward to when I post a video. It means the world to me. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a new video on here. And yeah, thank you so much. Love you. Bye.